All right. For the benefit of having a coherent, lesson, may a little bit of summary. I'm going to do a little bit of summary from the previous sessions. Na abua amaye to me, I finished this conversation well. Ebra mene mo share enkomo na se no. May the kind of two opening text Matthew 9:20 to 22 and John 5:1 to 9 AB enkomo no ano. In Matthew 9:20 to 22 no, that was the woman with the issue of blood for 12 years. Obana na mojetunu infi dumienu. And I was saying, similarly, we have people who have had issues and continue to have issues in life. Omaye diombe bia and so still eniema entuto na kwem. Nuna na meka se ebanisa, you need to find out ebia na unyankopon ninsa ewum. Until say you have an encounter with Christ, the Messiah himself, you may not have your liberation or your freedom from whatever troubles you. Once again, we read from John 5:1 to 9, where the man at the pool of Bethesda, Papana Odabeseda Supono, for 38 years, in fee eduasangoche, a paralyzed man, na uni asumdi uni ahoto. One would ask, why did it take that long time? You could hear from Papano, ni muaya no dema Christo say, obofo no be hunsu numpa, unyubi na wasunimu akwakoto insunum. Na simple ono aye se ofosia na ubi edine nimukain. And so I was wondering for 38 years how this man was taking the situation. Apparently, Yewunipa Bibria, Menemo Kasa Sabri, almost so equally, they've been dealing with issues for years. And no nana make us some of the issues now a buy so now a destroy and now a take away our peace of mind. Some of the issues na yana in free bontin neba. Ayana enya honhombone na orchestrate o mahye side medino ana ahoyira no ediamaye mpempi no ayana eyeyen ya ye ginesi ene ye choices bia in the past ye make ye ena ediyenko sa tibienim. And I wanted to use two classic precedents. Enkofo mi no a atwere ni mu no onyankopon ma kwan se ahohomone en sorry intia wom no munye destroyed simply because they made some terrible mistakes or choices in the course of life which was in disagreement with onyankopon na kwan. Fast forward, you decline epic King Ahab. Over the period, yin say Ahab your himbia, Odifo Mekaya Eshen in com. A catcher ni say unimna oni Jehoshaphat echo akono wo Ramoth Gilead. Obekwa kuwu na omebiu. A honum ni bihu say a yedifo base 400 na Eshen in com say onkono bedin kunim. Meanwhile, in the explanation of the revelation seen by the prophet Micaiah, no, na eye honhomboni bi ena adanen ho atro honhom ewo ne difo no enum. Now, if you listen to that particular narrative, you would realize say honhom bi ebigina otumfo ye we enim. Ena oka say ono no bitimi akwa akodada Ahab because no nyankopon aka ne ho bone. And none me pay say yet here say the backdrop de ye ya ema Ahab ewu sa owu na condemnation eba ni fi eso no enye se fiti ya ena sa condemnation eba ne so. There was a priest, the BBC. There was something he had to do which he refused doing. And they made them call a year 1 Kings chapter number 20, verse 1 to 43. You can kind of a honey be who say Israel hene Ben Hadad, Assyria hene Ben Hadad, or Soritia a year Samaria, the capital of Israel. Na Ahab no ye or hen Israel hene at that time. And oye nadwin say obetwa se Israel so asay omano nti ebra omo bo dompem ewo Israel ana Samaria ahye so no eno yi messengers ma omo koka kire Ahab say, whether you like it or not, I'm going to take your gold, I'm going to take your silver, and I'm going to take your wives and children. They are mine from today henceforth. Ahab jitum se mempe amane bia. Well, I know you are a formidable enemy. I may not be able to battle you out, so I threw in the towel. Bijemu edemau fa. And then Osanden Krako say, same time tomorrow. Sa breno pepe the next day no. Obesuma ne mranti asamba Samaria. Omba be seche ahimfi ho. No ma sechi omamu ni nyina obi efi na de bi ombi hu esombo na ye omani so fe no omobefa ehonom ena Ahab hu se ase eniema ekeka kobone eti metwen wadwen si so se Ben Hadad eye otamfo bi authority a Ahab ne nasefo ene ne man. And if you look at the claims ana Ben Hadad epe ana ochidie free eye Ahab wa, it was his absolute intention to annihilate and say obeshe Ahab and nasefo ase. Etiama Ahab at that point a friend elders in pennyfo and the two men him say, it looks like Ben Hadad, the king of Syria, and Arameans henino or pemebone. And he said this is what he first requested for. I obliged, but this time he's asking for this 20 pennyfonu tunufo say a manem penny. Mane nyintu ehonum na nyame nipa odifo bi ebeyi na sutri say ewrade wo asem ka kire no ene say sa Ben Hadad ene nasefo na ne amino odi wo mo be hye ono Ahab nsa ne wase wom ana weku wom iti Ahab sa kwan a obefa so aye no. And then the direction was given o provincial commanders in Momuni Kainema Asoja for 7,000 eni through that directive and a strategy no. Or my Israel under the leadership of Ahab was able to frighten the people or the armies of the Arameans Syria for Emma Omunina Edwane Edekoye. Then the second message from the Lord came to Ahab say, you see this Ben Hadad, they are going to prepare for another attack in spring. In the Afida, same time, they're going to mount an attack. And so go home and prepare from now towards that battle. And the second message that was given to him was that you are going to overcome them, because the people or Ben Hadad say the God of Israel is the God of the hills, or ye me posohini. That's why they had the upper hand. But this time they're going to take the war or the battle to the plain. Somebody be called Bonhem, baby a mepo any ne low lands. A honum the omukushia. They're going to finish Israel. So you see the character Ben Hadad, a character or a type of an enemy. When he makes a vow to bring you to nothing, he will stop at nothing to reach that vow. And so God had given the second time Ben Hadad to Ahab for destruction. Now guess what? Ebra, the second battle not taking place Afek. Na omudi Ben Hadad any Syria for armies with the 32 allied kings so inkunim. Now about 127,000 of their men perished na esese Ben-Hadad edwane ekote wo afekru no baabi no omo ye omo ho chese nkofo a omo nya ahunu and they advised the king say yate say Israel ahemfo no omo ya abadaye omo ya yemie they are merciful etino yemfa eyintuma entwan yasen ne yemfa ntampe ho manchichiri eti na yembre ye ho ase na ibia na ohen no ama wanya nkwa na wenkum. Indeed, womo yesa enkwane koye no they went and said so to King Ahab. Ehona Ahab eba be kachiro ebibisa mo say na Ben-Hadad otiase minuano no. Ena umuso esu mu say okay said no hene kasa de any good sign say obespe Ben-Hadad, and so they went and brought forth Ben-Hadad. No kwasemi, instead of destroying or killing this same person that vowed to destroy him, he spared him. The same person or ye na dwen say obeje ne yere nom ne ma ne sika ne dwete, all of that, even obesuma mrantia ma ba be search the households of Samaritans any ahifio no seize everything that was valuable. So stupid of Ahab, he called him a brother. Brothers don't do that. I explained, say, the reality of life is Unyankopon in most cases it deliver your time for shayensa by revealing them. It could be through dreams, it could be through prophecy, it could be through vision, it could be through their actions, or how dangerous and reckless and malicious these people are, that they want to take us down. And they do things to suggest, say, they are in to break you, to destroy you, and to tear you apart. If you see how Ben-Hadad vowed, say, Enyamin kume, se man say woman ama infutro niyanse same free kronoswa. That was a very serious threat to the lives of Israel. But unfortunately for Ahab, he spared Ben-Hadad. He started with a proverb or a parable. Say wo nipa na ye ne se me sasa me hwe ne so okobre na so dwane a me kra ebisan na mu enu bi na waye se wo se atemu no nipa na de aba no so na nye obi ne kumantwi bo si akona na opene wie wu dia ene na Erade se men kan kire wo say oyi Ben-Hadad ni Syria hene any Syria force was say destroy them. These were terrible enemies that you faced in life, and instead of destroying him, you spared him. And so God says, as you tell, you will die in his place, and your people will die in the place of his people. And this was the judgment. Lo and behold, when the war broke between Ramoth-Gilead, which are the same people who have been Hadad, and you are able to say Israel for so some time ago, for which at the end they had a treaty, say, I will restore to you the places or the towns my father took from your father. And so at that time, for some time, then and Ahab, yes, and no, let us go and claim those parcels of land. Ramoth-Gilead, the whole area. Let us go and claim it. A honum, eno nyankopon ka say, o kai say me share won kom, me catch say, this is a person you should have slaughtered. This is a person you should have destroyed. And so in the course of the lesson, me catch say, write this statement down. So nyankopon yi otamfo hye won sase yi no free ho na wanyi na free ho, you will die the death of your enemy. Whatever God gave, whatever action that was to be taken against your enemy, if you do not, and I told you to keep the conversation in the context or the direction from which I was coming from, and not to misinterpret or confuse them with other, aspects or portions of New Testament writings, like the love your neighbor, pray for those that bless those that curse you, and all of that. Those scriptures are interpreted in alignment at a certain dimension of the discourse. Enti ye wonipa bebre wasasi so I'm telling you, say the atu omonde no so bu nkompon ko hwe ne chi a eyade bia na nkese se ko ne tamfo bi so, but one take the necessary action and ne ababeso ye no ena na me ka kire se kwaku me mentina ho nye hwe han emo nipa wasai say obeyi me free asase so ode ne ye ne nadeyo ene ne bibia esai say ompemi yi no mentina wo ma say nipa no emekumi se me spare the life of that person sa owu na nkese so owu no ebekwa ba be hit me, I will die in the place of the person. And so over the period, if you don't understand utumfo ya wa one ne nam dia, can who say when it comes to warfare with the enemies, he doesn't spare them. And I also told you, say any enemy of God's child is God's enemy. Obia oye nyame batamfu bia eye rade tamfu. And God does not spare such people. And so when you have a clear instruction to destroy or to bring them down and you refuse to do so, you will suffer the consequences. Enti enei yare bi abobo enipe binum anka your tamfu necessary bono. I used a terrible mistake, which of course out of ignorance, out of naivety, I'm not exposed to all of these spiritual rules of engagement, where I went blind for 2 years, and in order to receive my sight, somebody had to die. The person that orchestrated this horrific thing on my life had to pay for it. And I was like, so bibe wudia ene menin kosumfra. How stupid I was at the time, trying to sacrifice my whole life for such a terrible enemy. And this is the mistake most people keep doing. When him say when we avow or no to nenumutu akachiro say wo mabi ye de empire, and you still have the infantry to call that person a sister or a brother. Oh, enye hwe so ye menua enye den ya odia wasere wakatem se me fanchene die mediache ye nyina ye nua no ye firi ma me ba ko enye hwe. Or see over her dead body, right? Indeed, it will be over your dead body. Ubiwu. And so make no mistake, this is reality. I've told you that in this life, if you are not willing to sacrifice anybody, somebody will sacrifice you. So one more no one we are to say this life is lived once, and so I'm not going to take chances. So time for once there are so many indicators pointing to the fact say or pemi yimie free hono. No soldier or sreni bi ni hwa udina kono. No se ne time for ni kwa kudi esie no. Okuda kodie a odi ba bi ne free wa obenye humobro ediama no. Wakoma pa we humobro ene watenka ene wadoye ede obeko kura entiade. It is a wuti me na wo hwe me. Now one gets the pieces and battles of the previous conversation. Baby, I pim sudu ye, and they say, would in yadaji san which in the coaching common from the beginning, near one yan water for boimuno, you will get it from there. Nesu who say, Nientia our money. A free utun for your way nim. No yanko pon mark when say, more kono, make sure say you destroy Ahab was because that death. That battle should have been won long ago. Unim, there were some battles that you should have won some years back. You spared the people or the perpetrators of those battles. You spared them. You let them off the hook. Sometimes a criminal that damages or causes you so much harm, and the person is eventually caught, instead of making sure say the person is taken away from society. O say nebusia for ba be pacho omde chapa de nyina ye fi kru bako mintumi hwe ne wo fanim anane nanim na menka sa chinchina chira ne waye no esese me take action on this person etino me de maniato nipa so mesi anka bone kese a odi edimi anka dia meyo me de maniato nipa so mesi etino megemu amanaka fa ho kodi otumfo nyankopon obere so a obetua okase ne onyumate. If you keep doing that, now confusing yourself with the message of forgiveness. There is time to forgive, and once forgiveness is given, it doesn't mean that action must not be taken. If you look at Ahab calling this guy my brother, and Yama Ben had a dear ya say or ye Ahab ninuya. It's ye busieni mono a dear Ben and nipan why ye say or you wunya na opewasem. This person has devoted himself. Te bia no person make it trouble for you ewo dwuma mo. Or person we dwuma ebo ifri unsa. Meanwhile, Onyankopon is counting on you. Say the proceeds of your labor, dwuma wo ye nie free mabano. Some of them will enter his house or his tabernacle. The tumia kwako rescue perishing souls. God is counting on you. Also, it was say, Jani life manu, nyame fane boa eche ansan wato. Enye denya ne karma will catch up with him. Yeah, karma works, but makes sure the karma doesn't attack you. Because when you baba also no wejuma bo. Wejuma be bo no oba benya sebia anka oye adwuma anka obetumi nye sika dia resolve. Edidimo a na anka de sese eba obonefo nipa bonefo emimfo ne so no. Na you mu o suffer. This is what I'm trying to point to you, say, make no mistake. Nyamene ye nene namno, utufo nyankopon ye nene namno, unni abada ye ensene no, ena unni odo ensene no. And don't allow some of the New Testament love teachings or doctrines, and confuse you from the God of old that we know. It's the same yesterday, today, and forever. It will say clearly, an enemy was revealed to King Ahab. Said this person, take him out, destroy him. He refused to do that. And what happened? He died in the place of Ben-Hadad. It at Ramoth Gilead. Yes, King Ahab suffered the fate of Ben-Hadad. And this was orchestrated by an evil spirit. Now we can ask ourselves, orchestrated by an evil spirit, but it looks as if that particular issue or trouble is going to take you down and bury you 6 feet beneath the earth. Would you take a moment and sit down to introspectively check yourself? Ubenya da you know what na say na fi what you mu e ba ne sen e na saade wi atome e bia bunkompon ko hewochi choice bi anan kese se o make you made it wrong, and among bi anan kese se utu when you hesitated, and that has brought the calamity or the misfortune or the trouble or the so-called brouhaha or wahala in your life. You got to go back and reflect. That notwithstanding, you were ohemfufuro bi so a na medruno so ehonom na Odomankoma Electricity Company of Ghana uwu the year 1994 na wotwi twemu ene ye call omu owu nkaye omo buae ema umdum kane na mede pem ho. I'm going to continue or further the discussion from there. Na First Samuel chapter number 15. It was the backdrop as to why Onyankopon soma ahohommone more tormented so to the point say lose in life, and he brought calamity or condemnation on his household. It is already First Samuel chapter number 15 verse the number 1 ede call akwakusi verse 35 no. Na Samuel kachre Saul say mena erade esoma me se me mesraw engo na mensiu ne man so hene na afeti erade asem sena asafo erade esie mehunu ne Amalek ye Israel said ye will free Misrim reba no wo tware won ekwan mu na afei konekokum Amalek na mon said ye wo nyina pasapasa till this was the instruction kukum Amalek na mon said ye wo nyina. At this point Amalek has been handed over to King Saul. Go and destroy them, leave nothing, destroy everything. You see, when you choose to spare some people that are troubling and negating and causing a lot of troubles in your life, if you choose to spare them, you are bringing doom upon your own self. And this is Nyankopon onfa akwanya saso en na sankofo ne di mfankyerɛw. When God communicates either through a dream, through prophecy, through vision, we have this belief say odifo no ode mpapemu ana ode ntitimu eba ebusuantem. Of course, we may in carnal sense portray or project this particular position by demonizing some of these prophets, but what him say and simply wa aya ne dika that meti we minim se wunu ya bia pa na ye responsible for all the troubles. You think I'm going to help you salvage the situation by protecting him? No. What is the duty of a police officer? Is to bring criminals to book. Isn't it? The duty of any police officer is to bring criminals to book. Say you amamboyefo ewo mantemwa. A police for asade bambo for asade ne say sankofo no ombe yumaba no mo be mra ne o ma den edi na se nipa ne fatase ye de ne kosie ye friends in the duefia yenyini free mantem ho na omanfo na sumye den enwom no no so fa konya emfansesa na brabo. So but now you reformed that fine, you will fit back into society. When you reformed that, then we dispatch such a person. Isan say, or comfort bonnie, or shen come se crew emma or timbi. It will nipe bia or pese unipe bi bono. Say nipano, your man a quite say oma or mine and a crew emo. Eti so yasomano ko nekoye eduma wi. Unim bribi. Okay, verse 8 na ochre Amalek hin Agag eniemu no. Na omani nyina die odin krante ano sei won pasapasa. Na so ne ni dom ni hu Agag ni nwan ene ne nantwi a woye ne won a wadore srade ene enwamuruwa ene die eyi ni nyina mbobo. Wo mo ye den womuhu sa niema ni nyina mobo de oye wom ne si destroy them nyankopon anya hu mobro amfa mawom. You see, I don't know if King Saul na onim what was written in the Chronicles. Bless some woman minim say King Saul. And of course what I know is if you are a king at that time, now many a deep for and of course someone catch us say this is what the people of Amalek did. Time why Israel free kwasumu after 430 years of bondage. Shall brady soon near Jadua or made free radi. No yankupon kwako you so omonko bosasa so enko ahomi moa. Na Amalek we etumie ambush. Womole ambush in the rules or the engagement of war say ye or mine or maybe nyantokwa yenkum ema yenkum kwada ye member ye 40 years and above and ye attack a woman. We don't attack women and we don't attack children, we don't attack pregnant people. But you know what the people of Amalek did? When they laid ambush, they killed women and children. In fact, the ambush, they laid it on the women and the children. Such a horrific, murder, genocide. And the Amalek folk say, now a brother say, go and take them out. Or say, I have shown mercy to them. And most importantly, their king Agag. Who the hell did this guy think he was? To show mercy to people who didn't deserve mercy. Who the hell did he think he was? And so there be people who feel say I am so mean, I'm so wicked, and when I'm speaking, I speak out of bitterness. No, you have no idea what life has taught some of us. You have no idea. That's why sometimes you sit behind the screen and you think, say, we are jokers and we don't know what we're saying. Every action, every deed that we take in this life, personally, they are inspired by the Holy Writ. There is no way I will do anything outside of God's jurisdiction. Because when the time is nigh, I am reminded of 2 Corinthians 5:10 say, I will appear before the judgment seat of God and I will give account. If I have wrongfully taken somebody's life, I'm going to account for their life. And that's why I am very critical in deciding who to destroy and who to leave. And as long as I have powers in my hand, when I see if there is any attempt, I'm telling you, if there is any attempt, say, whoa, I will deal with you. It has nothing to do with forgiveness. It has, remember, say, Psalm 34, verse the number 21, if I'm not mistaken. Let me try and read that. If I'm not mistaken. Pick up your Bibles and then, because I really want to finish this conversation before we discuss other issues. Look at Psalm 34. Nabra, verse the number 21, if I'm not mistaken. Odie mamen free 19 embassy 21 onyankopon asem ne ose otene ni amane edoso na Awurade gye no ni nyinaa mu ohwe ne nompe nyinaa so sedi emu ba kompo emu eti at that point semede King Saul King Ahab asemi ba Awurade gye no ohwe ne nompe so wa maboni bia nka no one ne man. All right, no wie na oba beto se boni ebekum obonefo na won a wotan otene ni no wo bebrem. Do you get it? Obi chan otini ni a onya ohwe o meti o meka kwa komiti o mi mewi awade sabi o ka frache me meji wo yire me mefa wo ba entime ni ase we japade me njiye. Then you have decided to torment me, torture me, and bring me down, destroy me, attack me, my family, anybody I love. You lie bad, I will not spare you. Whatever yard or measure you have against me, I'm going to give you a double dose. And when him say one penny, sir, stay in your corner, be a good person, be a kind-hearted person. You are going to part from you. But when you see a town for a person, this will be there. Make no mistake. I, Kweku Bernard, I will not spare you, and I won't teach anybody. I will not admonish anybody. Say you see a threat right before you, and you should spare it. For what? For what? Oh, you'll be back. Misumi you be back. The person this time kwasi asem ni ransem no. Onu si you be back. It is a nipa na ye na dwe say or the boni bet na dia. Boni na be smoking it out, and I'm not going to give room for anybody that is unwilling to give his life to God. But I don't have that time, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have that time at all. Debbie. Enti, what will say? Adia Saul eye ni say. Wono wakwa kuhu Agag mobo. Ena ni kromu for emwana omadore se ade ne mabawa na omoho akono omoho ofe no onya ahumobro bi ede ma wom. Eti ochire Agag eniemu no verse 8 ena oman ni nyina de ode nkrante se o mpasa ena emwa na omadore se ade nyina no ohu wo mobo na wampese verse 9 no na wampese wo se won na de bia wo mu na enye mahwe ni de o se won ji ohu na ntwe no adore se ade a o se ade we de me se na be hadwe no ohu mobo no agya no oba woto onufo kama ne ho ofe no agya de ne ho otan de no weku no aboafu onyankopon se say obi a wafa bi no agya bi. And this is what King Saul also did. The Saul here no onyankopon say what da be wo so on kenka Israel bakosemo na ade wonim ne Ahab yeyi Ben Hadad say ni say on say woni Syria for no the guy spared him. He took the death of Ben Hadad. Why would you repeat what your fathers did? I'm telling you, you are also not going to be left off the hook. Verse 10. And the radiant semba someone can say, Menumi who say, me this soul is see hini. If he say, Wasani every machi, na wamami sem enina, na ye Samuel areho, na wusufre radi anaduni nina. And a Samuel chu ahima ekosia Saul anopa. No kachire Samuel say. Saul aba camel na hwe wasi ne nka yedum na wadane ne ho atwam esan kɔ Gilgal. Na Samuel edu Saul nkyɛn no Saul kachire no say Awurade nhyiraw mama Awurade asɛm no atim. Ɛna Samuel kachire no say na ɛdeɛ ni enwen sun a egumasum yi ɛne enantwie sun a meti. Ɛna Saul say amalefuo mu ɛna wodi free buy. If we say ɔman no dodo enwan ɛne nantwie a ɛyɛ no ho say wɔrebɛbɔ afɔdeɛ ɛde ama Awurade wo Nyankopɔn na nkae ne deɛ yasɛe wo nyina pasaa. Ɛna Samuel ka kyerɛ Saul say gyae ma me nka deɛ Awurade aka kyerɛ me anadwo yi me nkyerɛ wo. Na ɔka kyerɛ no say kasɛe. Ɛna Samuel ka say ewom sɛ woyɛ wankasa w'ani so ketewa deɛ nanso enye wo na Israel musuaku wo ye ne ti. Awurade sra wo say di Israel so hene. Ose so Mameka sembi Awurade aba be ka kire me nkire wo ye can the tribes of Israel you are the least Benjamin, you are a Benjamite adidie nimu eno Nyankopon ma bi si mu hene ene Awurade soma ekwan koro ba ko pese ko na ko se amalefo ene boyefo no pasapasa nani won kodi asi kusi se obehye won ase adenti na wantie Awurade na wato na sede wato ase asade so na waye de eye Awurade ani so boni enkomo no ekwa kuwie se na so eyi nsemo ano Echuba verse 22 na ena Samuel ka se Awurade pe ohye afodie eni okuma afodie sini tie a wo beti na na hwe oseti wo hoyi eye sen aforebo Mamemfa sa woni wi ento wo a wonim na ya sorry ba na wonim say Sabbath na Sabbath enko na wiye and you know very well say I am likely to be on air now be framing I will blacklist you and you will never reach me on the phone. Daniel Abori, this should be your very last warning. You know very well say if I am not with any local community I may be online, and so within the Sabbath setup, please Daniel, this is your last warning. Don't ever call during Sabbath. You can call before or after the Sabbath. And if there is anything worse, you can send a message. And when I'm done, I will call you back. Verse the number 23. Na etiatie te se wako ebisa. Na aswone te se emumuye eni ahonisom. Esa nse wapo Awurade asem enti ono so apo afri na henie so. Ena so ka kire Samuel say, maye bone se mafom Awurade Onyankopon enum asem. Se misuru oman no na mitie wom. Na afi fa me bone ifri me. Na woni me nsane me nkosori Awurade. Ena Samuel ka kire Saul say, me ne wo nsane nko ifri say, wapo Awurade asem na Awurade nso wapo. Se wuni Israel so hini. Now, enkomo no krosoa na ninyina Samuel egusu edi areho. Ogusu di areho eji Amalek hin no omkoche no Samuel na agi enkrante enukun no. Ena enkrante no de say eniema na aka ninyina. Na Samuel amehwe Saul biu kosi say. Kosi ni wuda na Samuel ejam Saul. So that was the last encounter. From that time, Nyamini Pano, one muscle chamber you could see say, Saul iwuye. At the end of the day, guess what? Oba chapter 16. First Samuel Oba chapter 16, verse 1. Edekwa. Na Awurade ka kire Samuel say, Ubejam Saul akusida ben. Na media maponi say only Israel so hini. That is the consequence of not destroying the enemies that were given into his hands. Faongo se wabemu na bra na mensuma obetena mi Jesse nchen. If is a mehu ne manumu ne ohene efata no amafa. Eti nkomo na kowie ohwe verse 14 time wa ye kwa akosra eye David engo ni waba be take over the throne of Israel no a hwede Nyankopon ye Saul. Hwede Nyankopon ye Saul. Ma memfa no 13 na memfa 14 wi na fi mensanim na memfa enkomo no emra na wiye. Ena Samuel fa engo aben no na osra no eni ni nuanom na Awurade honhom ebesi David so ifri danwara ede kono. Ena Samuel sori ba Rama na Awurade honhom free Saul ho na ahohom moni efri Awurade nchen ebeha no. This was the end of King Saul. Ahohom moni eba beha no. Now you can classify ahohom moni to be any form of discomfort or misfortune that came over a year King Saul. And no nema David ebaya na yo bosenko na homone na spare no edidi mua because of the ahomone torment also wonim say ne Awurade asra no yenye ne boni, and he also didn't know because nyame honhom free so a when you are going to attack somebody who is anointed you wouldn't know. It's a lot of people who are on social media who are in this world are all attacking anointed men of God. No, they don't have the spirit of God on them, and so they do that at the detriment of their soul. They do that to their own peril. And this guy, this king, so-called king, started attacking David. Little did he know that David was anointed by God. And once you touch an anointed person, you intend to destroy. Ubia unyankopon esiesie no yede Amalek Agag Mose wonsano, you didn't destroy him. The unyankopon asra no mu no na was set your eyes to destroy, and in fact he had to suffer to the point say King Saul committed suicide by using his own sword to pierce himself. Because he say one ne ba Jonathan mu nyina omu wu Philistine for atamfo ensano. When you have the opportunity to take out an enemy and you refuse to do that, you will suffer the fate of the enemy. Take this from me. And then come on, many wedi share a homoni ebe tormenting Saul no enya homoni bia keke. Whatever he would do, they wouldn't budge him. Are you aware say today a lot of people are dealing with situation and nyema enyo omodia. And since someone else said to simply because we are so merciful, we are so kind-hearted. Yen ye wo ayemi, yen ye wo akumapa. Yede ebi hu amanfo mobo. Na she boniara nipa no edi wo. Na waye ne ho ayi waye no se chenchen unim chenchen eyedua esikwayim na chenchen no tetimre mu no eyedua yede ye ntade nisiri ne back no yede ye ntade ehye. In fact very nice, so everybody falls in love with chenchen. But ade nipa bebre nim say semframa efa na wanwane amfiri chenchen ho a ebebu aba bikum. Okay, say the boss anyway, chen be di mewo, chen be di mewo, chen be di mewo, chen be di mewo. Aji chen na nyumtuni ni kan wasem enye nipa wo there be eyedua ebubu pom. Even though we have a lot of benefits from chen, but if you are not careful during the time of the winds or the storm, chen ibi proud ibi kunu. How many times did that guy demonstrate to you say, or you a threat, an enemy, a retrogressor of your destiny? I told you from the beginning, say mongata mo mano. No munchie enkomo amini mudi. What confirm na? Over and over, this guy is a threat to your life. We said you to me dufu bo, as if you're nobody. Next any power we say, I'm sorry, I didn't know what came over me. Na ofui abufu what you mean to. You will die his death. There are some lines in the cross here. There are no second chances. Take note. There are no second chances. She saw a soon. A reward would be Tama Wobani Ewi. Who are you? Sissing Obani free Musano. She saw a soon. A reward would be. Ebi kura make now dini bakro. You wouldn't name near a mass had any two. Wouldn't you see yet? Nipano akwadani free sasa. In the course of time, prophecy has revealed, vision has revealed, dreams have revealed. Say it was through this person's orchestration. Any person may see sao bentin and namne so emasa uyini kesi breach kesen ebo. Asemna babi deja wakwako fam penifo babe pachel. Say oh ye sorry. Facheno. Ade urefi unisu awote. Unye nipa. Onkai. Nieto. Me say musibo now the check say you will not take action. Once it is revealed to you, get ready. You will die at the hand of that enemy. That's the next one. And that is why you must wake up if you are sleeping. You may say ye free wunsa. She a witchara any guasera wukom. What's up? What could see any power a buabon or barbe poucho? And you are the info to say, oh, well, yet the song for the bonnet. More bro, Jayanim, Eja, my bapen, and then so no my son, my bow, everybody, Yasuti mew. Medi was super me ba wenim. Misra was say, Yafa me boni na chemi. Odom ne wa humo bronti. Ode me fom so na chemi. Afe ye me say, Makasa mechi medi makuni na. Eye madwene say, na otu makani munyumi. Ede yi wano. Wababe buko today at the apache. No problem. Let me help him so that he will get employment at where I work now. Again, I didn't know you don't learn. Onipa wama wajuma bo na wo business e frusa na wo nyume frusa na wo achire na wo ma itumi bet na fie drop out of school with all those inconveniences. This person afidi ebuapono na you have a chance again o say wa pacha odia mamemu anu no san ye adwuma e wo ba bia me adwuma. Are you for real? Are you for real? This woman did everything, threw it in your face, say, or he was not just a percher. The woman has decided to snatch and or yet visibly before you say, I'm taking away to me, did you attempt for phone, send you messages, all of that? Was say, for me, I'm a godly woman, and Bible says I should pray for my enemies. And you are praying for a woman that is taking your husband, taking everything from you. Look at the struggles that you have to go through with your husband. Look at all the entitlements that you must have, which an idiot, evil, your friend is a Jezebelic woman is taking from you. Or say, I have to pray. So you don't know the difference between an enemy that God has handed over to destroy and an enemy that we must pray for. You need so that's how time with me in Temana. Unimwa bra Bible class na menchiro, so that you may know the difference between that enemy and the one that we must love and show compassion. Ladies and gentlemen, if there is any kingdom that fights itself, it shall not stand. Jesus said it. Any kingdom that okay, mami, adenji na nyankopon on try say obey make peace with Satan, so that all this brouhaha and saga will come to an end. Because from time the guy has proven beyond reasonable doubt, say he could not be contained in heaven. Equally, when some people are brought before you, they are revealed to you, you see their caliber of person, their nature, their diabolic nature. It is not in your place to negotiate with them. We don't negotiate with terrorists. We don't negotiate with genociders. We don't negotiate with sad people. We deal with them. We kill them. Jimmy, you would die such a perishable death. He said tomatoes a free Burkina Faso. Na trakabese wo kwanso e wo border na etins you. Okay? Desperate times call for desperate measures. The times in which we live, they are not normal times. And these are the times say one she na asafo man sorry waka na mo ehunu say these kinds of people, when they rise in our lives and we spot them, we don't spare them, we take them out. The next moment, God is going to allow our money to come and torment us. They can come in the form of legal suits. They can come in the form of business wreckages. They can come in the form of robbery, where you will lose everything you got. Because the last time I checked, that negotiation that went between you and that armed robber is the reason why today you are walking barefooted. Okabrani di tuyesi uso, trying to rob you. Or say, for the love of God, I don't want to harm you. You take the car and go. Ayo. This is a word to the wise. I know a lot of pastors or many preachers, especially those that hold the doctrine of love, may think that I'm better. I may be wicked. The inspiration and what I'm trying to tell you, they don't sync with New Testament doctrines. Listen. When the people of Jerusalem, Jew for Tama yebo Yesu asiniem, yeye na yakayaka die, na omusununu. Oka sembi echerewo. Oka sembi cherewo. I remember say when we were doing the lesson, woman in the basket, and the flying scroll, because asimui. Or say, Jerusalem, a mama, munsu mohone momba. Don't cry for me. Don't shed tears for me. Don't grieve over me. Munsu moho ene moma. Na meya mi yedua monompono. Wei ne yede ye mia. Mo amu yedua wuye. Ebe wiye mo sen. Dua monompo ne ye mi sei. Na dua wuye ebe wiye mo sen. Sasem no wadwen ho. Ma menyina onyankopon mo buruhu ene ne hunu mu ene ne ntiasiem ene all the teachings that have been inspired by the Spirit of God. Na men kanchere mo say uyedua wuye unyedua mono me yedua wuye me nyedua mono. All of us are imperfect people. We all have our various historical past. You know, we have our history, we have our respective downs. In the past we did. Yeah. And so the enemy will come, transform himself in people, in figures, trying to bring us down. Now my duty to you today is simple. And they say, once an enemy is handed over to you and you make a mistake, Udi say, if we are seeing a China ekwa na sambisi no, Udi say di nipa no obekwa samba beto. Say unya sa chance no a ye golden. Don't make sure say nipa no unya kwan biu en hawo abrabo mu. Make sure say nipa no wu emeye wu na manie emeye wa manie. Me pe say usie ginaye. In your marriage it does happen. Ekade aware ba ko pa wo ko ekade nka wu be ma binti o baby ekade kavu. A year baako pa ebusuanim ufiri amanone ekoye efiri sabre no eniyema nyina tete apansam oda so frɛ sankofo ne sɛ omo ye busuafo and you will still do everything within your powers to support them. You are not serious. I'm telling you, you are not serious. You are not serious. Emwa ben na wan famwa sa nipa no. Who the year? Osi enye hwe ye fomboni wo ni masa. I will continue to be a good person. Be a good person. Why not be a good person to people that will appreciate it and make the glory of God big and transmit the gospel? Ubia mfasemi enkwa dwendwem. Na medie ene homede twato ewo bosumi wei eye friend say August ye wura osa ebo bosumi mu no me ka sem we di akere say if you don't know, we still have the Ben-Hadads living amongst us. We still have the errors of King Saul, hovering around us. Now, as your leader, I will not make that mistake. Now it comes to light, whether through your actions, through vision, through dream, through prophecy, through revelation, however it is revealed to me. Now it comes to light, say, you have vowed, what they say, ubikumia, obe say me, obe bomb me for more. Now what you me akoswa, make no mistake, I'll finish you. Make no mistake, I will finish you. Me say, me the Sidian song, about se tami wase, me ye wonyedoa. I'm telling you. Odi atena ho. Ni wiase na wabemu no. Ema weni mrese. Ubi sunye bribi. Ubi tumi aye. Edi si nkwasiafo bi ene maboni bi kwan. Sunyade. Busansem penimdie. Isanse. By this nimdie no, eno ne bemu waye powerful. Eji eneme kama kyerɛw sɛ wonnim na Ahab mistake no ye bia you know what's going to happen to you. Wonnim na Saul mistake no ye bia you know what's going to happen to you. Na de beto no Onyankopɔn sa ne wom. Wona Ahab ko ye no Onyankopɔn sa wom. Ono ne ma kwan, ono ne sanction evil spirit and say go and deceive him, go and mislead him. Wona Saul ewuye no awomone na eba ne so no no me ye ho hwie nyi no Nyankopɔn na ahomone firi Nyankopɔn anim ne ba so eti meka ama adasa nyina tia se ifri ne Sabbath week yi mane ma wutirim da say biaya ye pe wuo no obepa omonkwa mane ma wutirim da. And I never call anybody a friend. A friend who can cost you your life. A friend who can cost you your job. Is that a friend? Minuya 19. Uchumi say me masa. Unia ben no. Unia ben no. Niade ya abanyina ahabachi nyina o say Ben-Hadad ye ninuya. Na medie meka te nwase abrabo yimu te nwase obi nim adechie mu nsem obi nim ochenasem nanso ne eda ho firi tete no eno an ye san ye chi kohwehwe mu a ne de atu ye hofo na abrabo no are making sense. New Testament doctrine exclusively the salvation work of the soul. Old Testament doctrine the physical walk between man and God here on earth. It is all pesas asiso. Uyo brempon, utintim, ujina printing sa obrane. Na utimi di okombia son kunimua. Make no mistake referring to the old way. Edahonwa Yesu Christu ebebo kwan to the salvation of the soul no. O combine ni mienu a, you are done. Me masima be say edu. Uwo asemwa bisa. Ewo comment section na minya no emfama ho. Na medie. Medie. No dear, obiara ni mo onipe suweriye o na obi ni madichie mu sem obiara ni mo onipe suweriye o na obi ni madichie mu sem afietwe mu ye mu sem enenso yati ni esie otadie obiara ni mo enti adie beti yeseyo ati ye umusem eneso yati yesie otina die odasani bi enimo enti adie beti yeseyo
Real FM 97.1.
Real FM Kedeni Ekad.
Me twen mo asem bisa no. So wo asem bi e kire so a bisa. Bisa. Because the time is now. In maybe in sembi wo nchirichiri bi wo ho. Some may feel say, Nenso, the old covenant walk with God is such a powerful walk that is still in existence. Akomfo any traditionalists need sumanfo practice so much, almost 100% of everything that God did and continues to do. Yesu aba ode boneche. Because of that, unipa edini nuya bonia onyene ho. Now yasamba be preacher, no matter what, forgive. Please do a reconciliation of Old Testament forgiveness and New Testament forgiveness. That shape baby at the end of that. You will find the truth for yourself. Anana we use aditi use mudosu mikase Asana we say adiji musem dosu. Make say asana we say adiji musem dosu. So for me who buy every matter for them. Then go down at you. Diamond is so soon. Nisio to me for me. That's a radia woman. Now, Vanetta by Casino. Akata Misua Adi Betty say. Azana we say adiji musem dosu. Se wa bo me wo ban kwaku efi matan fusem. Se me koda na jua da ye boni susunti. Oni nisio to me for me pa. Nazeradia mwame na wafana tabaino no ankata mesua adie beti miseni obinim aditi musem enodie obia ready mo onipe suweye o na obini madichie musem asana we use adichie musem dosu. Abusia ni wasom otie ni honhom ne ka kire asafo ahodo no ene de me pese me kire no mewie ebrebe I'll put in another video, a short one, to teach a lesson, very simple. Ansana yefri humedan mukra. But me jai and komodi amount wa dwendwen ho. Ye befi ma babia no. Se masotia mama sonte. Na se menso ebreson se meni utua na mo bia na me fro regarding any situation because you are a part of the flock that has been entrusted in my hand. Enyanku ne ye dia semesa no ka ho e na meni ususu bibi hu tu bibi hu anamo na me kire say this is what you must do. Now refuse to do a. De beto no e ye wawase. Me I'm here to help. As I got help, so am I here to help. Let me say this. The previous cat nearby no a data and a sign. I message a catty data and a sign. It in a mesro. So went to me and ye would the noa or the fabra na me fan to bingo so. I make up mesamba and sunny the who made an in akone. I'm leaving these words with you to think about them. I think my duty for today is done. Holy Spirit will continue to teach you and enlighten you on this subject more than I could even deliver in the words of men. The peace of the Lord be with us now and forevermore. Happy Sabbath.